involved in the implementation of minimum wages since 2012 until 2013 for the hotel sector and halal certification for hotel sector. In June 2015 was appointed a member of Halal Professional Council by Prime Minister in the Prime Minister Department. Maka dipersilakan Tuan memberi penjelasan tentang perspektif on Muslim Friendly Accommodation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I introduce myself as Saharuddin Muhammad Saaid. I'm Executive Director of Malaysian Association of Hotel Owners. I wish to express my thanks and gratitude to the organizer for inviting me and also to make this presentation on the actually up to date the latest issue for travel is and tourism is Muslim friendly tourism and hospitality and also involving accommodation which I will make a presentation. So let's relax again. I hope everybody is fine. So Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. I understand you also understand Arabic. It means peace be upon you. And also I wish to wish you Sawadee Krap or Sawadee Krap since we are in Thailand. And I also just learned one new word today, Sabaydi Ra. Is it? How are you? Good. I hope everybody is fine. I see some people are still at the back. I suggest that you move front is better. I don't ask you any questions, so don't need to worry about that. All right. So first of all, I will go through my presentation overview. I will start with explanation on Malaysian Association of Hotel Owners, where I'm attached with, who we are and so on. Then second will be Muslim Friendly Hospitality Service. 3 will be Global Muslim Travelers and Tourism, and I will tell you about Malaysia's experience. Number 4, Muslim Friendly Hospitality Tourism, and finally Muslim Friendly Accommodation. For number 3 and 4 actually is 2, 3, 4 are very important because we need to know a bit on the background and overview of the Muslim travel and tourism before we can understand why we need to go for this Muslim friendly accommodation requirement. Okay, profile of MAHO. This association is a trade association for hotel owners. We were established in 1998, registered with the Registrar of Society under the Society Act 1966. Our registration number is 300 on March 12, 1998. Actually, what we are, we are a legitimate official trade body for the government to communicate and interact with hotel stakeholders on policies, that is hotel development and owners issue, basically investment, financial matters, incentives and taxes. And it is actually a grouping of Malaysian hotel owners, which are companies actually, not individual, owning 3, 4 and 5-star hotels with the common objective of presenting the interests of members in the safeguarding their return of investment, and also as a networking platform for the hotel owners and the government dealing with issues. So it's easy for the government to talk to one body for the issues of hotel owners. Okay, where we are actually, we much connected with the government in the tourism because we are a member of the MOTAC, Ministry of Tourism and Culture, Malaysia, and for the hotel rating or hotel classification, what they call is for the hotels in Malaysia, we have a rating system. And we also in the Malaysian Productivity Center, MPC, Hospitality Tourism Consultative Panel, and JAKIM, that's where the Muslim friendly and the Islamic matters involved. We also in the JAKIM Halal certification and administrative and consultative panel for hotel and services, and SIRIM Muslim friendly hospitality services, which we also established standards last year under MS 2610 2015. And number 5, we are also dealing with the Ministry of Finance, Treasury on the annual budget focus group. And finally, Energy Commission, Energy Consultative Panel. I'm actually in the most of the panel. I'm personally involved, especially number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And 6 is we are not so very strict as a man. I normally take care of 1 to 5 more. So let me explain to you the scenario of global Muslim travelers. And so we have to understand what is the overview of the Muslim travel scenario now. Under the Global Muslim Travel Index, GMT 2015, a publication by Crescent Rating and MasterCard, at this moment, this organization company in Singapore is the only one doing the compiling of data and giving statistics on Muslim travel. For 2014, it was reported there was 108 million Muslim travelers, which have a market value of US $1.5 billion. That is 10% of the entire travel economy. That means out of total world global revenue, this is representing the Muslim travel revenue, which is 10%. By 2020, the expectation is to grow by 150 million visitors, Muslim travelers alone, which is representing 11% of the market segment, which an estimated market value of US $200 billion. So now it's about 145. 2020, they are expecting 200 billion in terms of value of Muslim travel in the world. And at the moment, Muslim population is 20% of global population, which is at 2015 is about 7.254 billion. So this is the market that we're looking at when we go into the Muslim-friendly tourism or hospitality undertaking. Okay, now for the data of top halal Muslim-friendly destination in 2014, this is also from Crescent Rating. Malaysia is first, UAE is second, third is Turkey, 4 is Indonesia, 5 Saudi Arabia, 7 Jordan, 8 Qatar, and 9 Tunisia. And oh sorry, there are so many. It's not in order here. 7 Jordan, 8 Qatar, 9 Tunisia, 10 Egypt. And of course, for non-Muslim countries, these are the countries which actually are promoting also in the top rank of Muslim travel. Singapore, number 6. Japan, they are now going very, very aggressively. They were from 15th number, now number 40. They are actually doing very hard effort to promote Muslim travel to Japan for their 2020 Olympics. So they're doing a lot of things now, and followed by Korea. I understand Korea also catching up with Japan, and Taiwan also doing very hard on this Muslim travel promotion. Okay, as far as Malaysia is concerned, this is what we have enjoyed from the Muslim travel. In 2014, we received arrival of about 3.2 million from top 5 capital expenditure countries, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Oman, UAE, and Iran, with a revenue of the expenditure of this Muslim travel to Malaysia in 2014, ringgit 39 billion. And for 2015, the arrival number was 5.1 million. I don't have the figure for expenditure, but on average of 2,600, this is what the average spending capita for 2015. So you can calculate, it's about 100 over million in revenue already that we received in 2015 from the almost similar countries, the travelers to Malaysia from the Muslim country. That information is from ITC, which is Islamic Tourism Center, IKL, is under Ministry of Tourism, an agency in Muslim. Okay, what do they say about Malaysia in terms of Muslim-friendly travel? A great holiday destination for families, offering excellent attractions, very Muslim-friendly environment, halal food, places for prayers, besides great accommodation and shopping. Okay, what is good for the Muslim travel to Malaysia is, of course, we offer a wide choice of halal food. There's plenty of halal food. This is the main requirement, demand for the Muslim traveler will be halal food and drinks. So this we assure them because we have certified halal. This from JAKIM, this is a government body which certify all the food and drinks officially guaranteed halal when they have this certification. Of course, we also offer them easy convenience for doing prayers or salat because we have musalla all over and also smaller places and also all over the country. We have mosques and musalla or surah we call it for convenience for salat. And also at hotels we have facilities like the musalla, some big, some small. For convenience of guests who are not staying or whoever is there, even they are staying, they can pray in the room. Or those who come in for just meeting or conference where they don't have rooms, they can use this common musalla at hotels to do your salat. Okay, what happens is that for this requirement, we actually tied down or been regulated by the government Ministry of Tourism hotel classification criteria. So these are the requirement for our hotels to be rated, among them related to Muslim friendly. I mean providing Muslim convenience and facilities. A common area where you have a common area for the public or guests to use, surah or musalla with appropriate ablution facility for ladies. We also offer prayer garments. And for room, you must have qiblat sign to provide sajadah, and also to provide sajadah, the prayer mat. And telekong, that is the female prayer garment. And number 3, Quran, but not compulsory, but normally they give a translated one upon request. Or they sometimes they put in the drawer for translated Quran. Of course, this is the facility we provide, the sajadah and also the telekong for the female. And sometimes we also supply translated Quran or even Quran if the guests really require it. At the same time, we have also a provision for facilities for recreation like swimming pool. You know, it's not many. We don't have many hotels that provide separate swimming pools, but they are now new development by like Tabung Haji hotels. They actually provide 2 separate pools for the guests. So they separate the female and male. And also most hotels will arrange a separate timing to use the pool if they have only one pool, you know, to be used. And also for gym, now they also offer separate timing for use for Muslim ladies and the male. They separate the time and for the ladies to make use of the public convenience and sports like swimming pool and gym. Okay. For kitchen, this is a requirement by the Ministry of Tourism that we certify halal kitchen or restaurant. Most of the hotel will certify their kitchen and not all restaurants. But all the food supplied from the kitchen can go to any place in the restaurant or the hotel with a halal food. So there's no problem. But if we certify our kitchen and restaurant, then both kitchen and restaurant must provide and comply strictly the halal requirement. That means not even empty beer bottle to be found in the premise. And this is a requirement under the star rating. And halal certification by JAKIM is a requirement if they go for halal certification. And the star rating also actually requires hotels in Malaysia to have a halal restaurant and also halal facilities as certified by the JAKIM certification. It's not compulsory, not mandatory, but it's a requirement for them to provide for Muslim travel guests as well as for dealing with the government. So this has also become like not a compulsory, but become almost like a compulsory because if they want to do business with the government, they must have this certification for their restaurant. Otherwise, the government cannot give them business in like a meeting or having a function in the hotel. So it becomes some sort of almost mandatory. And of course, we also developed recently. We developed this standard Muslim Friendly Hospitality Services requirement under SIRIM. This is a standard where we develop among the industry. Excuse me. Ministry of Tourism, SIRIM, and the industry players, stakeholders, including me. I'm one of the key person who's also involved in the development of these standards for Muslim-friendly hospitality services. Not just hotel, but travel agency practices as well. Okay, among other things that we do, even though it's not under the hotel, but in the shopping complexes and also restaurant where tourism actually this is the places where people go, this requirement or these facilities for Muslim are also provided by the owners or the operator. See, like the surah or the salat, where musalla, and also place of ablution. This is the main problem actually. A lot of places they offer place to pray, but they don't really provide convenient place for Muslim to take their ablution before they go prayers. So sometimes they go to the toilet, and you have to climb up the wash basin, especially when you want to wash your legs. It's very difficult. Hand space, no problem. Yeah, no problem. The main problem is when you want to wash your legs. So we have actually informed them to provide proper and convenient place for taking ablution for Muslim who go to their surah or the musalla. Of course, now globally, as I told you, we must look at other countries. Now they are also targeting tourists from Muslim countries because they know there's big market. Is it like Japan now in most of the major airports, they are providing prayer rooms now. With Kansai International Airport, intending to have 16 restaurants to go pork and alcohol free. Various features like Kyoto and Chiba are encouraging restaurants to introduce halal versions of traditional Japanese fare, like tempura, and even the controversial will be. First 9 months 2014, the largest number from Muslim countries came from Malaysia, this to Japan, about 158,000 visitors, 52.3% increase, and Indonesia, 111,400 visitors, which is about 13.4% increase. Similar number goes to Korea. Malaysia is also giving a good business to Korea for the Muslim travel market. And in Japan even go further. No, they are very strict. They are very, what I mean is very keen and very adamant in promoting, because they also introduced Halal Mind, a smartphone application making it easier to find halal products and restaurants in Japan. So you just use your mobile phone, you go in the streets in Japan, you can click the apps, you can find out where there are Muslim restaurant, halal food restaurant around the places. So this is what Japan is doing. And now let's go to the Muslim friendly hospitality services, which tourism involving accommodation is involved. So what does it mean, Muslim friendly hospitality services? It is products or services in the travel and tourism industry suitable for Muslim tourist travelers, guided by requirements established by the teachings of Islam or Sharia. Am I going too fast? Because I have only 45 minutes. That's fine. All right. So that is what we understand by Muslim friendly hospitality services. Of course, the main and the basic requirement is, I think it's quite obvious. Halal food and drinks, convenience of doing salat, prayers, and of course it must be clean and safe. Because when we talk about Muslim, when we talk about halal, for food, it's a combined halal and toiban. Toiban means clean, hygienic. This concept of halal and toiban actually is very, what I call this, most welcome and acceptable to all the population in the world, like Europe, because the word hygienic is a concept where it's very clean. So they don't look at halal Muslim as a religious factor, but as a hygienic, as a what I call is a good practice for food preparation, and it's healthy way of living is by way of halal and toiban. So you go to Europe, maybe France, I think they're promoting the Muslim food quite heavily. Of course, when we say about the requirements, of course we have this food, we have these solar prayers, the mosque, and also in Malaysia, we have halal certification at the entrance of most of the halal certified restaurant, most of them. And when we talk about halal, it's not just providing no pork or no lard or pork free. So because it's very misleading, because you can put no pork, no lard, but you serve snakes, you serve frogs. So Muslim cannot eat those kind of animals. So that's why we go very strictly. You must certify yourself as halal in the real context instead of just say no pork, no lard or pork free. Of course, under this study, under Christianity, what we actually were looking for when providing the Muslim guests or travelers the facility for Muslim friendly is there are three classifications when it comes to categorizing the needs of Muslim travelers. Number one, need to have. Number two, good to have. Number three, nice to have. Need to have requirements include halal food and prayer facilities. Good to have are services to accommodate the month of Ramadan, such bazaars, iftars, and breaking of fast. These two actually the main ones. The last one, need to have requirements include, the nice to have is female only facilities. It's more on recreation, not on food and convenience of prayers, but like the female tourists or Muslim tourists where they want to go for swimming or go for recreation in the gym. These are the area where the extra bonus or extra service that the hotel can provide to offer them this kind of service for tourists. Okay, now let me go to the topic that actually we are actually emphasizing on is Muslim friendly accommodation. What does it mean actually? What are the requirements? Of course, I think quite obvious. Firstly, we have to look at the rooms. Under our standards that we develop under Muslim friendly hospitality, this is what we have. Rooms, number one, suitable for Muslim guests. Must be clear of non-halal items, materials. For example, alcoholic drinks in the mini bar or fridge. Of course, most of the hotel they have mini fridges. Some empty, some put beer, wine. And so on. So if we have Muslim guests staying, so we recommend that the hotel will take out these non-halal drinks from the fridge. Or you can assign special floor where you have this fridge all without the alcoholic drinks there. Okay, number two, sufficient space on the floor to do solas, that is prayer. That means when you have a room, you may not have good space for Muslim to put their prayer mat to do prayer. So the room must have adequate and proper space for the Muslim guests to do the prayers. Okay, so this is what the sample is. There's a sajada on the bed and some space around the bed where it's convenient for the guests to do the salat. And of course this is prohibited, so the mini bar should not have all these drinks inside there. Okay, and take out from the fridge. And also the Qiblat sign. Normally they put the Qiblat signs on at the ceiling so that it can be permanent and not removable and easier for the guests to find. And some hotel they put on the table or drawer, but it's quite risky because if they change the furniture, move around, then the sign will be the wrong direction. So we recommend they have on a fixed feature like the ceiling or somewhere it cannot be removed. Of course, the requirement I told you what we're doing, you must offer the sajadah either upon request or sometime when you know that the guest is a Muslim coming to your hotel, you provide the sajadah even before he or she checks in. So that's good business, good service. Of course, for the female, if you can, not all hotels are doing this in Malaysia, but they keep these prayer mats, prayer garments for ladies somewhere in the hotel is requested by the guest, then they will provide. And of course, you can also, it's good practice if you have a prayer time reference. So if in Thailand, maybe you have a printed one where you can put in the room. Or what happens is that now a lot of people are so independent with the telephone mobile apps. You can find the direction of Qiblat as well as the prayer time on their own. But of course, doing this business and hospitality, if you provide, it will be a plus point and good best practice from the hotel side for the hotel guests. This is also a requirement. The washroom shall be equipped with bidet, hand shower, or water hose. So this is for convenience, for cleansing. And also if they need to do, I don't think they take their ablution in this toilet, but it's for convenience. But for maybe smaller hotels who has less financial position, they might be reluctant to invest in this because it's costly. It's very simple. We can go for host, supply a host at the wash basin, or even this cupping, we call it cebok, gayung, where you can, so you don't have to have bidet. You still can provide this requirement to the Muslim guests, but they're very cheap equipment that you can offer for the smaller hotels, I suppose budget and so on, So these are the things that we are actually recommending. And of course, the faucet or the taps should be quite convenient for the guests to take the ablution. So I say, if you have the wash basin, if you have the tap outside or on the floor nearer on the ground, it's very difficult for the Muslim guests to wash the legs when they take ablution. So in this case, for hand, face, and head, it's easy. But if you don't have the other tap, you can provide the hose. Or the best thing is to have something on the wall where you can do for all the ablution procedure from this tap. And of course, in Thailand, it's very big now. Thailand market. I just read yesterday in the Malaysia newspaper. There's one hotel in Bangkok has received a halal. Hotel under the Thailand's first halal hotel, targets Muslim tourists. It is El Merus Hotel. So they are going big. I understand that they're going big for halal, and also understand that in Krabi there are also some hotels are doing very actively for best practice and Muslim friendly travel. So I don't know how fast Merus is going. Probably most of the hotel or people, when they say they offer halal or Muslim friendly, they only take care of food, halal food, because they think this is the only thing that to offer the guests will be halal food. But it's not. As I told you, there are other things that you should actually provide to give a best practice and to fulfill the full requirement of a Muslim travel. Also, of course, this one I say common area, place of ablution. I repeat, this is also quite important because not all guests go to a hotel. They have a room or stay in. Probably, if in convention, they just go on a day trip and they don't stay. You might have to provide them the facility for them to perform the prayers. I mean, taking the ablution on the common area near their musalla, or somewhere they can pray, but they also can do their ablution quite conveniently. Not like some places we also have in Malaysia. They have the surah or the musalla and the ablution place far away from the main area. The guests have to go down to the basement or the car park and so on. It's not best practice. Of course, you provide it, but it's not a best practice for you to do that. Of course, the public musalla must have this prayer time. And also the size of the room, there's some big and some small. It can be quite small, like the one right, this one quite big, and it's almost like a normal musalla. Is in the hotel in KL, and of course the Qiblat sign, as I told you. Again, if you want to go further, you can introduce the swimming pool, separate swimming pool, or separate time for female Muslim guests to use. And also the gym, or similar concept, it's different time of use. And of course, I did not touch on this because I think it's quite common knowledge. The most important thing is halal food. So this is partly of the hotel accommodation, what it calls, and also services. Besides giving the room, they provide food. So you provide the Muslim friendly in terms of accommodation and facilities to pray, as well as halal food. I think you can never go wrong when you go for halal food in providing services to the Muslim traveler. And of course, in Thailand, you have this certification. The Central Islamic Community Thailand is something like the Malaysia JAKIM certification. So with this certification, actually is a guarantee. You give confidence to your guests that it's really halal food that you're offering. Okay, there's main point in the travel for Muslim. First, they look for halal food. Secondly, they look for convenience for doing their prayers. Of course, you can go more than that as an additional service. You can go Arabic food, or you can offer them shisha. Beside the present in KL, There's so many restaurants now offering Arab foods, and some are offering shisha. You know, some say it's bad, shisha, hookah or shisha. You know, so some people can get addicted. But this depends where the tourists come from. Like if from Middle East, maybe it's good for you to offer. But if they're from South Asia, we don't go for shisha. We don't go so much for Arab food. But this one area is for you to consider to offer as a best practice or Muslim friendly tourism and hospitality. Of course, what is Muslim friendly hospitality? Actually, the benefit is you expand. If you practice this, you have this. That means you expand your customer base and market share. As I told you, how many percent of the we have by 2020, 150 Muslim tourists will be going around and giving a value of 200 billion US dollar in terms of business. So I think you will not be deprived or you will not be missing of this share of this business if we go into this. And of course, by offering the Muslim-friendly hospitality or tourism or accommodation, this is also applicable and used good for non-Muslim. Nothing wrong for them not eating pork. Nothing wrong with them. You offer good facility for the room and so on. So you do not chasing any of the non-Muslim guests away, but actually you're expanding. You're making your market bigger. So I should say that now we are doing Muslim-friendly accommodation and facility is the way to go. Even Japan, Korea, New Zealand, I think Taiwan was going big for this. So we shouldn't lose out. I think Thailand is almost like Malaysia. You have a mix of Muslim and non-Muslim, but you are quite aware of the Muslim requirement and the people. So I think it's something that come out naturally. So I think that's the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the organizer and the host, we would like to say thank you to Tuan Haji Saharuddin for a precious information about the accommodation, friendly accommodation. ซึ่งจริงๆแล้วนะฮะคิดว่าคงไม่ต้องสรุปนะฮะเพราะเข้าใจว่าคนที่อยู่เนี่ยคนที่ไม่เข้าใจเขาจะกลับหมดแล้วนะที่เหลือคนที่เข้าใจภาษาอังกฤษหมดแสดงว่าพวกเราเข้าใจนะอุตส่าห์อยู่จนถึงตอนนี้นะประเด็นสำคัญนะท่านได้เน้นคำว่าการท่องเที่ยวฮาลาลนี่ส่วนใหญ่นะอันนี้คือ Malaysian experience right ตัวนายสรุดินอันนี้คือเนี่ยมันคือประสบการณ์ของมาเลเซียที่เราคิดว่าประสบความสำเร็จมากกว่าเราเหมือนกับท่านอาจารย์ไพศาลพรหมยงค์ที่จริงเรามีศักยภาพแต่ยังไม่สำเร็จมาเลเซียเขาบริหารจัดการเพราะว่าเรามีนะความคิดว่าจัดการฮาลาลนะเพียงแค่อาหารอย่างเดียวจริงๆมันเกี่ยวกับ facilitated นะคือkemudahanนะคือสิ่งที่อำนวยความสะดวกโดยเฉพาะนะนักท่องเที่ยวที่เป็นมุสลิมอย่างเช่นเตรียมนะที่ท่านนำเสนอหลายๆอย่างนะเกี่ยวกับการทำพิธีกรรมละหมาดนะความสะดวกสบายซึ่งบางครั้งอาจารย์ไพศาลก็นำเสนอแล้วเมื่อเช้าว่าบางทีเราคิดว่าเขาผิดแต่จริงๆแล้วเราไม่ได้เตรียมนั่นแหละคือเราผิดการเอาน้ำละหมาดแล้วก็เอาเท้านะไปล้างยกเท้าเนี่ยดูแล้วมันเป็นนิสัยที่นะมันไม่ดีเลยนะไปมานะเราจะโทษนักท่องเที่ยวที่เป็นมุสลิมไม่ได้เพราะเขาจำเป็นต้องละหมาดนะอันนี้คือ facilitated นะสิ่งความอำนวยสะดวกซึ่งนะผู้ที่จะจัดนะระบบนี้จะต้องตระหนักให้เห็นว่าทำให้เป็นฮาลาลหมดไม่ใช่เฉพาะเรื่องอาหารการกินนะก็ขอประชาสัมพันธ์นะก่อนที่เราจะออกจากห้องนี้ผู้ร่วมประชุมสัมมนาวันนี้ทุกท่านกรอกใบประเมินเสร็จแล้วส่งหน้าห้องนะแล้วก็จะมีนะลักษณะอะไรที่ระลึกของขวัญอะไรประมาณนั้นนะช่วงบ่ายเนี่ยนะถ้าอยู่นะก็จะมีนะลักษณะของเรียกว่า gift voucher ของโรงแรม Monovo City นะฝ่ายโรงแรมเนี่ยตัวแทนจากโรงแรมจะมาแจกให้ท่านนะที่ร่วมช่วงบ่ายเองแล้วก็ท่านอาจารย์ไพศาลพรหมยงค์ก็ยังอยู่กับเราในช่วงสัมมนาช่วงบ่ายนะเพราะว่าดูแล้วนะ ประสบการณ์ที่ท่านเล่าเมื่อเช้านี้ยังไม่หมดนะฮะเวลาหมดก่อนก็เลยนะท่านจะไปถ่ายทอดในช่วงที่สัมมนานะมันจะได้พูดให้สะใจไปเลยนะให้เห็นภาพแล้วก็สามารถที่จะจัดการนะเรื่องของฮาลาลทัวริซึมนี้ได้อย่างดีนะอินชาอัลลอฮ์นะขออาจารย์นะมั่นใจนะตรงนั้นเพราะว่าเราจะได้อยู่ด้วยกันนะฮะก็ขอนะจบนะพิธีนะหรือว่ารายการในช่วงเช้าโดยการมอบของที่ระลึกนะฮะให้กับตุนฮะจีชรุดินตุนฮะจีชรุดิน now we will present a gift from the organizer and the host to you by Deputy Director of the Halal Institute Prince of Songkhla University
Terima kasih.
Thank you very much. We hope that this session have given you so many knowledge, perspective, and heard about the friendly accommodation and the halal tourism, which can be applied to the actual manner. Okay. ไม่ทราบว่าท่านมีอะไรไหมก็สำหรับช่วงเช้านะโปรแกรมช่วงเช้าเราขอจบเพียงเท่านี้แล้วก็จะมีนะเตรียมอาหารให้รับประทานนะฮะพวกเราลองออกไปดูข้างนอกนะอินชาอัลลอฮ์ก็ขอบคุณทุกท่านนะที่ร่วมนะสัมมนาในช่วงเช้าสวัสดีครับเราจะเริ่มช่วงบ่ายโมงครึ่งนะห้องนี้เลยห้องเดิมนะห้องก็คือห้องที่นี่นะจะมีการเสวนานอกจากอาจารย์ไพศาลแล้วจะมีวิทยากรอีกหลายท่านที่น่าสนใจนะดูแล้วจะเป็นข้อมูลโดยตรงนะจากการสัมมนาสำหรับเราในการที่จะบริหารจัดการนะการท่องเที่ยวแบบฮาลาลนะ